welcome to Journey Crafting, where we explore how to build customer journeys and not just membership sites. Today, we are continuing our journey with the One Funnel Away Challenge. And of all of the elements that we are going to talk about with respect to Journey Crafting, we are going to take today to talk about the tech stack. All right, everyone is always so scared about the tech. And I have to tell you that the number one reason why people come to me and want to work with me is it starts with some kind of tech pain, that they don't know how to do something, or the tech is overwhelming, or it's not doing what they want. And so while today I am going to break down the tech, I think it's really important for you first to know my philosophy around tech. So I spent 18 years building and designing technology, and I have actually a PhD in what's called human-computer interaction. And so basically what that means is that I study how humans interact with technology, and I try to make the technology more user-friendly. I've spent probably about 18 years of my life trying to do this particular task. And what I have found in that journey is that there's this really weird thing that happens that I can't explain why this happens, but it happens all the time. And that is, the purpose of technology is to serve humans. I'm going to repeat that. The purpose of technology is to serve humans. But technology was built, and the language of technology, it couldn't be further from human, right? And so what ends up happening a lot of times is that technology kind of beats us up a little bit. It breaks my heart whenever I run into people and they're like, oh, I'm so dumb, I can't figure it out. No, it's just not designed well. And I still maintain to this day, after everything that I know, while it is not an easy challenge, technology is meant to serve humans. And I think the last thing I'll say on that is there's this other weird thing that happens in this: technology is meant to serve humans, not the other way around, in that when my clients that I work with, and even people who I engage with, with and through technology, a lot of times I'll talk to my clients and they'll know exactly how to teach somebody something if we were face to face, right? There's no problem at all. But then we start to go and we start talking about like the tech and how do we make this happen through the technology. And all of a sudden this like vibrant, amazing conversation that we're having turns super robotic. And I think the reason is because we're thinking through the technology lens, and then it shuts down all of that amazing, I know how to connect to humans thing. And so today, when I talk about the tech stack, I'll continue to bring in points of how might you think about this, but think about it through I'm connecting with a human through this technology, and not I'm just trying to figure out the technology. It's probably the topic that I love the most because I think it's one of the most challenging topics out there, but it's super exciting, and I have undying hope that our technology will bend to our will if we're just creative enough and we just keep the human first. So, all right, without further ado, let's start the clock. Gosh, I probably rambled there for like 3 minutes without the clock starting. That's all right. Okay, so let's talk tech stack. Let me just put this on the screen, okay? Make sure you guys can see it. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So let's talk tech stack. So the One Funnel Away challenge, and in our customer journey language and in the framework, this is the tech stack day. So Russell comes to you and he says, Andrea, build me the One Funnel Away challenge. Now, if you were just a membership site builder, this is essentially what you would do. You would ask questions like, great, what kind of technology tools are you currently using? Or maybe you specialize in a particular type of technology, and so you're going to build in that anyway. And then you would simply just start building. There again is nothing complicated about the One Funnel Away from a pure membership site build. Let me show you. So from a pure membership site build, you can see over here, I'm inside the One Funnel Away challenge area. Each one of these elements right here is what is called a section. So if I were to look on the ClickFunnels backend, this is the section right here. So what you're looking at is a membership area. Each one of these sections, which controls the access to the content, there's probably something where it's like, okay, I made sure that somebody bought the product, so therefore they can access this section. There's a lot of really weird nuances to the ClickFunnels backend with respect to managing that content. But based on what I know from the front end of the One Funnel Away Challenge, they just simply have a different section. So section, welcome to OFA 2.0, welcome to One Funnel Away Challenge, motion training, One Funnel Away alumni, which I'll talk about why they did that. Bonus, OFA alumni, traffic secrets, right? Like these are bonus things. But each one of these is a section, which translates to, boom, right there in the ClickFunnels backend. Then what they did is they just simply on, let's say I'll go to my alumni. This is from two One Funnel Away challenges ago. Then each one of these is just simply a lesson. That's it. It's just a lesson with a title. So then I come over here and lesson 1. So then if I wanted to add another lesson, I would just come down here, add a lesson. So essentially all that ClickFunnels or the One Funnel Away challenges is, if I were to collapse all these up, it is one, I think that one's collapsed. Oh, it doesn't let me collapse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections and a bunch of lessons underneath it. And each one is just a bunch of lessons underneath it. There's nothing fancy. It is super simple. That's it. That's the way it's set up. Now, you'll notice a couple things that do make the experience a little bit better with and through the technology. So as I mouse over, you can see that my active nav, it's called. So like as I hover over these things, that color changes. That's just a little snippet of code that they've added to do that. And then in addition, when I click on it, the color, how it changes into that like darker blue, that again is just like a tiny little snippet of code that allows that color change to happen. But there's, other than that, there's like literally, I think both of those are maybe 2 lines of code each. They're not complicated. It's not hard. You just put it right into your ClickFunnels membership and then it'll do that state change. The other thing that is in here is, if you go, I'll go to the first day, for instance, it's just, you have these PDF, so these are just Wistia. So, super simple. Again, it's just a video embed. So when I'm on a lesson right here, I would just, open up the editor and I would simply just add a video right in here on my editor. And this is generic template for ClickFunnels. So that is just a simple go to Wistia, grab the embed link or the share link. There's I can go deeper into why, but and I don't know exactly what they did, but either way would render this video. And then finally, this download worksheet, this is just simply when I'm on the ClickFunnels backend, I can either use my asset area. So like on the ClickFunnels backend, if you go into account and settings, there's an area in here that is digital assets, and this will allow you to upload, I forget exactly what the file size, I want to say it's like 2 megabytes, maybe 3. It allows you to upload a certain amount of assets, and then you can just come over here and grab the link. Now, if it's a bigger file, you would use something like a Drive folder or Box or Dropbox, and then again, you would just add that link. So it is nothing fancy. It's just simply adding the link, adding the video, a couple lines of code, and that's what goes into this membership build. And rinse and repeat every single day is pretty much the exact same. There's really no difference. Maybe occasionally there's a YouTube video, but other than that, it is pretty much the exact same. So from a pure membership build standpoint, you would need to know ClickFunnels, and you would need to know the Wistia embed and then the document uploader. And that's it. That's what you would need as a membership site builder, right? But now let's say that Russell comes to you and says, okay, Andrea, build me a customer journey and you're going to now talk tech. Anytime that you're building a journey, the number one question that you have on your mind with respect to all tech is the integration. So as a customer journey maker, I think through what I call the tech stack. And the tech stack needs to be integrated and they need to be able to hand off to each other. The second thing that I think about is as somebody works through the technology, how can I make that technology as user-friendly as possible? Okay, so As a journey builder, I know that any kind of membership site request, in order to make it a true journey, I have to have a membership site where the main content hub is. I have to have a nurture campaign or some kind of nurture element to it, and I have to have a community. That's what makes an amazing customer journey. So let's look at this is, and I threw this in here just because normally a lot of customers will ask me, they'll come to me just because they don't know, right, around tech. This is my usually minimal kind of tech stack, starter stack, what everybody, what I recommend to start for everybody. It is ClickFunnels, and I hate to say it because I love ClickFunnels so much, but it's usually just the $97 plan. And then for your nurture, I use ActiveCampaign. I've used all of them, Entreport and ConvertKit and MailChimp, and I've used all of them, but I can honestly say that I think that ActiveCampaign is by far the best. I've tried Keep, ActiveCampaign by far is the best. And then Facebook group is the most popular community, although I personally think that like Mighty Networks and Circle are way better community tools, but because everybody's on Facebook, that's what a lot of people use. And then in order to just love yourself a little bit, you need a tool on Facebook group because it's really hard. And so something like a ManyChat or a Convo site is highly recommended. Okay, but let's look and see what One Funnel Away did. So with One Funnel Away, what they did is, again, it's ClickFunnels is the main membership site hub. They're using Wistia. The only way I know that is because they've shared that information. And I think the reason they're using Wistia is because Wistia gives you a lot of really in-depth analysis, and it allows you to keep your videos pretty locked up and private. And it gives you some really nice analysis in terms of like where people stop or how much of the video people watch and consume. So it is pretty pricey, and that's normally why I only see Wistia with people who are maybe making a little bit more money in their business. A great alternative, it would be Vimeo, or my new favorite is Searchy, and that's where I'm moving most of my videos. So, but in the case of One Funnel Away, they use Wistia. And then again, they use either, in their case, the files that they have are small enough that they just use ClickFunnels and that digital asset uploader. So it's super, super simple. In terms of the follow-up funnels or the nurture, they have a tool within ClickFunnels called follow-up funnels. You have to be on the $297 plan in order to use this. This has a long history that honestly I just came on in January with. It used to be Actionetics. Now it's follow-up funnels. It is not one that I recommend just because it has some pretty quick limits, but I'm assuming that ClickFunnels is doing what they call eat their own dog food or drink their own champagne. And so they're using their follow-up funnel or their nurture email equivalent in order to manage all of their contacts and all of the emails that go out on a daily basis as soon as somebody signs up for the challenge. Because I know that I get, every single day I'll get an email about the One Funnel Away challenge with my login link and encouragement to go in. So they have to be using something, and I'm making the assumption that they're using their own product that's called follow-up funnels. And that would be simply just as soon as somebody purchases it, they get onto an email list, and then a follow-up funnel is a sequence of emails that then are scheduled to go out every single day once somebody signs up. So pretty simple, and that's what I'm assuming they are using for One Funnel Away. The next thing is Facebook. Now, this has been the most exciting thing that I've watched with the One Funnel Away challenge. So up until this very last challenge, January 11th, they have used Facebook only for the community aspect. Meaning like I consume my content in a ClickFunnels membership, and then I go over to Facebook and I connect in with my community colleagues and friends and coaches, right? That was how it was the first 2 times that I went through OFA challenge. This time they completely changed it, and I'm not going to go deep into how they changed it because I'm going to set that up for it almost deserves its own full week because how they've changed it is so fundamentally different in terms of the customer journey that it needs time, right? But what I will say is that the biggest difference whenever you're using Facebook is this units thing. So if you have a content hub in your ClickFunnels membership area, do not use units. It's really confusing for people. If you are not using a membership hub and you are only using Facebook, then units, I have seen people try this. And we will talk more in terms of like, does it work? Does it not work? I think the jury is still out. This particular round, the reason you're seeing it in the One Funnel Away Challenge is they did fundamentally change the customer journey this time around, and they are using units. I will talk about that the next week that I do One Funnel Away Challenge, the 2.0, instead of right now, we're predominantly talking about 1.0. So I'm also looking forward to talking to anybody who is taking the current One Funnel Away Challenge or who even has done both to compare and contrast the two experiences. I have some theories, of course, but I would love to hear about people's experience. And so if you're one of those people who have taken them both, I would love to chat with you and just interview you to hear about your experience. But the One Funnel Away Challenge, the cool thing too that they do with their Facebook that's pretty unique that I haven't seen a lot of people do is because they use, remember what we talked about, a cohort model, meaning the same people start on the same date, they go through the program of 30 days, and then they end at the same date, right? So that's what I call the cohort model for challenges. And what they've done in that is the Facebook groups actually are only live and available during the 30-day challenge and maybe a little bit before, right? But after the challenge ends, they shut the Facebook group down. I think it's partially because of management. I think it's probably partially because of cost. But for whatever reason, that Facebook group is no longer available. It is only active during the challenge. So that makes a really interesting dynamic in terms of all of these conversations and all of these people that I've engaged with. I now need to like go and join the ClickFunnels official group, or I need to get into the collective, because basically they like strip this amazing community that I've connected with during the One Funnel Away Challenge. It's no longer there. It's gone. And so now I need to go elsewhere into their world. I don't know if this is brilliant or crazy because they've invested so much into this community, but it's the way that they've done it. I will look forward to seeing. I haven't heard the announcements or seen yet what they'll do for this new 2.0 version, but at least for the 1.0 version, they completely strip it away. So it's only active during the time of the challenge. The other thing that is in the community is in terms of like the tools that they use, because again, I can't completely tell. I would guarantee that they're probably using something like a combo site on the ClickFunnels group. They collect email when I sign in for the group. So that's another, even though I've bought the product, it's a validation that I should belong in the group because I've got the product. And then they have, very active people in there managing it and maintaining it all the time. And so that's how they use that Facebook group. They, again, in the 1.0, they don't have units turned on. In the 2.0, they do have units turned on. And all the other things, the about, the discussion, the announcement, the members, the events, and the media, they do have turned on for the 1.0 version. And I can't share it with you because it no longer exists, for all I know. They shut it down at the end of each one. So really interesting. I haven't seen that model too often where they, start up a group and then they completely shut it down. But that is the way that they do it. Okay, so that is, if I was going to build a customer journey and I think through tech stack, then the only last thing that it's important for me to say is in terms of integration, because ClickFunnels is using their own product for both the main content hub and the nurture campaign, it's already fully integrated. So the whole system knows who that customer is and can carry them all along the way. The only check is now when I go over to One Funnel Away Challenge, the Facebook group, I need to have some kind of check. And again, I'm pretty sure they're probably using a tool like Combo Site or some kind of tracker and checker, so that when I come over to Facebook, I invite, I request to join, I put in my email, there's some kind of check to say, should this person belong in this group? Did they purchase? And then yes, bring them in. So I don't know exactly what they're using for that tool, but I'm sure they have to be using some tool because with, as you can see, 5,000 members, it'd be very hard to do that manually every time. So, and I'm out of time. Ding, ding, ding. It was so nice chatting with all of you guys today. If you have any questions around how to build customer journeys and transform your membership sites, or work with your customers on how to transform just their membership sites into an actual customer journey build, which you can actually also charge a lot more for, I would love to chat. Let me know, comments below. Are you here? #live, #replay. And until next time, which Monday, it's Friday, ding ding. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to all of you guys on Monday.